by Max Coates, coming from Hockenheim National, and this week we have a new addition to the league of changing weather. So it'll start with cloud and then it will change to rain. Qualifying, usual 20 minutes, that'll just stay as light cloud throughout, medium cloud it might be actually, but that'll just stay as cloudy. So it's just light rain. I think they'll be brave, especially in these cars, to stay out on the slicks. But we'll see. I mean, obviously we don't know when that rain is going to come in the race. It could be halfway through. It does obviously depend. The transition is the thing that changes and is unpredictable. So we shall see how that affects the races. We've obviously seen Amiga. He was very good at round one in Donington. He was very good in the wet. And last week we saw RS Jim, and there was a filler as well, Adam, who battled it out. It was an amazing battle for first last week. RS Jim just lost out to the filler, but we've seen RS Jim, he can drive very good in the dry. Cam returns this week. He was away in France last week, so he is back, so he'll be wanting to make up good ground for missing out last week. So the lobby is just setting up, and then we shall start the evening's entertainment again. So do let me know where you are watching from. If you're new to the channel, do subscribe and hit the little notification bell to let you know when we go live. So there's about an hour of Clio Cup action coming up very, very shortly. All the drivers just preparing themselves. Let's have a quick look through. See, so we've got Edu, NGR Fraser. He's shown potential this season as well. He's had a couple of good races. Graham Ward Racing, I still think we have yet to see the best of him. Shadow Stalker, always one on the field. He did start off quite well last week as well, so I'm sure his week will come. Shockshaft, RDJ 124. So we'll see how they get on this week. WRT Scott McFall takes part in the Wednesday GT3 League at Next Gen as well. So he's showing his potential in the league as well. He's normally one of the top runners, so we'll see if he can get his first win tonight. Ayatel, again, another who I think is just getting better as the weeks and the seasons progress, so I'm sure we'll see him on a podium in the very near future. NGR Scooby, you know, always one to watch out for. NGR Martin, definitely one to watch. NGR Amiga, RS Jim. So a few names that's, you know, sometimes it's just very hard to call who's going to take the top spot. So we just wait for the game to load in. As always, a full grid, very, very popular league at Next Gen is the Clio Cups. Well, as always, if you do want to race, do find us on Facebook, Next Gen Racing. You know, if a filler space comes available, we do try our best to get as many people involved as possible. So there's Edu leaving the pits. This change in weather is going to be very, very interesting tonight, I feel, though. So Amiga is out on track first. So as we just wait for warm-up laps to complete. I didn't look at which layout the circuit is either. Oh, they've gone for the short layout. So it won't be long until we see the lap times come in. Amiga just taking it nice and easy as he comes out. It's just getting the tyres warmed up. Won't pushing too hard. Yeah, I think that was Edu just in the background to him there. Almost getting the car sideways through the corner. But it will be very interesting when this weather changes. First time in the Clio Cups for it to happen, to have changing weather. Cam, the co-host and really the league organiser, has brought in this season, just try and mix things up, hopefully to, you know, make it not so people are, the same names are appearing at the top all the time. We'll see if it does pay off tonight. It's definitely going to be interesting. And it is just stock setup as well. Cam is just leaving the pits now. Oh no, NGR Mad Marshall, I thought I went on to Cam. So we're just waiting for times to come in. I think someone's disconnected as well. Greener Army just in front of Cam, out on track at the moment as well. Oh, bit heavy on the brake in there. Just struggling with the car a little bit. But again, quite new to the Clio Cups. He is getting better each week. Gets it sideways through turn 1. And still wait for times to come through. And just see how Cam has caught to him. He's moved out the way there, just let Cam throw. He knows that his pace isn't as much as Cam, so very nice to him. So there's Amiga, first to put the time in, but already knocked down to second by NGR Fraser. Scott McFall has moved into third there, but NGR Fraser with a 1:30, just over 1:38.5 seconds at the moment. So we'll see when the other times come in, should be very soon. Shadowstalker moves into fourth. The Han is in fifth. RS Jim is still in the pits at the moment. He has not put a lap time in just yet. But NGR Fraser leading the pack at the moment. And only Amiga within a second of him. The others have still got quite a bit of work to do then, to not only catch up but jump ahead of Fraser. So he'll be pleased with this at the moment. I think we'll see Amiga now improve on his lap time as well. It's just approaching the last few final corners. But Shadowstalker, very, very good time from him at the moment. He'll be pleased with that. I mean, it is very early doors at qualifying session at the moment. Now the other times are coming in. Ayatel bang on a second behind Fraser at the moment. Cam has moved into fourth as well. RDJ 124 is in fifth. So WRT Scott McFall flying the flag for Team WRT. It's been pushed down. We'll see if he improves now though. Yes, he does. He moves up to fourth, but still just over 3 seconds behind. Now the man at the top, which is NGR Amiga. Graham Ward Racing. Mentioned at the start, we haven't seen the best out of him. He's now in second. Fraser now down to third. Tell Shadowstalker now pushed down to ninth, now just over 5 seconds behind the lead. RS Jim is out on track. He's got a little bit of traffic in front of him. The traffic moves out of RS Jim's way to let him past. Now is this an outlap for him? Yes, that must have been an outlap. So Amiga is doing very good in the dry. I think he'll be hoping that it turns wet after his Donington performance. Showing that he can drive these little cars around at good pace in the wet. Will he improve on his time anymore? No, doesn't improve. But stays where he is. Graham Racing approaching the final corners. Graham Racing pushed down to third. Eddie Fraser now in second. Is Graham Racing going to be able to jump ahead of him now? And he's coming across the line, and he stays where he is. Cam is in fourth, just outside of that 1 second club. Now Shock Shaft has just been pushed down by Edgar Martin. He's moved into sixth, but about just under 2 seconds off the pace of Amiga at the moment. But Fraser definitely wants this pole position tonight. All the drivers will definitely want to be out in front. But I suppose it all depends when that rain starts hitting. RS Jim has moved into fifth now. It's about 2 seconds off the pole place at the moment. But I think that may be his first time lap. Got a little bit of traffic in front of him on the track. Oh, 2 wheels there from RS Jim as he pushes it over the curb. Edgar Martin down in 8th. Now, Scuba G, I think he might have disconnected. He might not track properly. Mad Marshall just trying to find where... Edu, there he is in 4th. So just outside of the 1 second club. We've only got 3 in the 1 second club at the moment. As his teammate just in front of him as well. Fraser has about half a second to find. Race feed information there. Shadow Stalker, lap time and validated track limits. RS Jim has been pushed down to 8th. Let's have a look at Ayatel. Focus on this guy for a while. It does seem to be, just from watching the races, that Ayatel does seem to be in qualifying a mid-pack racer, but when the racing starts he can definitely keep up and put up a good defensive fight against the faster lads, the top runners that you normally see on the podiums. So I just think if he can piece it all together, it won't be long before we see him on a podium. I think he'll be very happy when that day comes as well. See if he improves on his time now. He stays where he is in 8th. But Edu is now in 3rd and has moved into the 1 second club. We've now got 5 within a second of each other. But still, Amiga, no one is really closing that gap on him. He's still got just under half a second between him and the slower guy. I mean, this is just qualifying. Doesn't matter where you start on the grid, all you need is that luck with you in the race, and anything can happen. Slower guy there, just I think that might have been Shadow. No. Ah, that'd be Mad Marshall. Just letting him pass. Cam will be wanting to make good progress in this race. He had to miss last week due to being out of the country. He was in France. So good to see Cam back on track. Oh, went in very, very fast into that corner. I don't know if that's going to discount it. I think he kept it where he's allowed. It certainly did. It moved him into second as well. Fraser will not be pleased with this, but he is approaching the final corners. He'll get his head down now and push hard on this next lap. I'm sure we're being pushed down to third by Cam unless this lap has moved him up. Nope, stays where he is. Now Amiga and Cam. Well, Amiga's still in the pits. Cam is in the pits. Fraser's stayed out. Sensible thing to do, in my opinion. Edu running well in fourth at the moment. And Graham Ward racing past the line. Stays where he is. Norris, Jim. Now whether the competition has just got better or he's having an off moment, but in qualifying we're not seeing the best out of Jim at the moment. He's going in the pits now as well. Scott McFall in 10th. Would have thought to see Scott slightly higher up the table. Scott just under 7 minutes left to qualify, left to improve though. And Scott's one of those lads that once the lights go out and racing starts, he can battle his way up to the top and keep it nice and composed. But it does help if you do start a little bit higher up the table. A little bit of dirt on the track there as well. But I think on everyone's mind the question is, when will the rain fall in the race? And how many dry laps will people have? The trickiest thing is going to be if it falls, you know, when you're halfway through a lap. If the track becomes very slippy, the last thing you want is to be out on slicks on a very slippy track. Scott McFall has chosen to pit. Fraser has stayed out. I think he's determined to get back to the top spot. Fraser been with Next Gen for a long time now. He's a full-blown sim racer at heart. Oh, a little bit of a lock up there, a little bit of smoke from the tyres, so it shows how hard he is pushing. Oh, did that discount the lap? I'm not sure. We'll see now if he improves anything. Nope, stays where he is. I just don't know if that discounted the lap. Oh, goes very, very sideways through turn one. Not the quickest way of doing it, but certainly looks very, very nice on the cameras. He's pitted in now. Here comes Edu. Around the last corner. Oh, that's just... I think that's just invalidated that lap there for him, sadly. Amiga popping up that lap times have been invalidated. but he's where he wants to be at the moment. Greenwald Racing, is he going to be able to improve? He's narrowed the gap. He was just under a second before, so just over half a second to go. RS Jim still not in the 1 second club. Very, very close between 6th, 7th and 8th. Who's 16th? Mad Marshall. So Scooby in the pits, but very, very close between RS Jim, Scooby and NJR Martin. Ayatel not too far off them either. Qualifying is coming to an end very, very soon. Just over 3 minutes left. If you're going to do something now, boys, you need to do it now. I mean, that doesn't, it's a bit obvious, isn't it? If you need to do something now, you need to do it now. Scott McFall still down the pecking order. Hockenheim, very, very good circuit for these cars though. Oh, back end comes out a little bit there on Scott. Keeps it going though. NJR Mad Marshall in the distance, losing it. Gets the car turned round and carries on going. Just stay with Scott. Not the cleanest of last corners. Not from the angle we saw it as. He goes off there. Lap time invalidated. RGJ 124 now. Will improve. Stays down in 12th. Shadow Stalker just under 3 seconds off the pace of pole. I think Shadow will be happy with that though. To be fair, we've watched him progress through the season. Scooby G Sim Racing on YouTube. Hi Phil, hello Scooby. Good luck tonight, mate. But we have seen Shadow progress as he's been with us at Next Gen, and his times have improved very, very much. So, yep, I think he'll be pleased with his qualifying performance tonight. The Han, don't know, I think he'll probably feel he could do better. Greener Army, he's still getting to grips with the car and the game and the feel of it. So Stephen Rowe, good luck Scott. Yes, good luck to him. I think all the drivers need a bit of good luck tonight. I've mentioned it quite a few times now, but once that weather changes, I mean, it could be that, you know, we have 18 laps of dry and just a couple of laps of wet. It does depend on when that wet rain comes in. Will be interesting. But Amiga looks like he is going to keep the top spot. I mean, where's Fraser? I mean, the camera will... Oh, here he comes in. Oh no, did he lose it on the chicane? I think he did. Oh no, it's Edu. Oh, Edu's in second. Well, that's definitely the end of his qualifying. Cam's in third, so Fraser's been pushed down to fourth. Cam has moved up to third then. And we ended... what I'm going to predict is just sixth. I don't think... unless Scott McFall can do anything, this is his last chance. He's going to be pushing that little Clio as hard as he can. There's Fraser. Oh, he loses it. Oh, Fraser does very well to avoid him there as well. think that was a close your eyes and hope for the best moment for Fraser as back end for Scott just come out. Oh, back end coming out for Fraser as well. Ah, that's going to sacrifice this lap for sure. There's our DJ in the background. Does he improve? Nope, stays where he is. And NGR Mad Marshall did eventually put a time in. Almost 7 seconds off the pace though. He has recently upgraded from pad to a wheel. So, you know, he must still be getting used to that. Change up from pad to wheel. It is a learning curve. It's like starting all over again, to be honest. I remember when I got a wheel, I just expected it to be easier, but it's not really always easy. We're going to give a little bit of a show for the cameras here. We're going to get a donut from him. Going to get a little donut off Edu. Nope, he's not. It's qualifying session over. So well done to Amiga. I believe that's his second pole of the season, and it's only the third race. Much more improved performances coming from Amiga this season than last. So just waiting for everyone to sync, and then the lights will go out and racing will commence for round 3 of the Clio Cup, sponsored by Max Coates. We go racing. Amiga gets a good start. Edu looks like he gets a good start as well. Edu is into first. Amiga very wide out on the track there. Cam is coming down the side of him here. Can't really get a good shot of it at the moment. Edu's pulling away. Cam has moved into second. Amiga losing 3 places. Very queued up behind him. Fraser in 4th. Forrest Jim is in 5th. Ayatel's behind him there as well as Scooby in the blue and white. EGR Martin and WRT Scott McFall has moved up 1 place to 9th at the moment. It's got Scooby down the side though. Scooby's going to stay where he is, coming up for the tight hairpin. I think Scott McFall's going to manage to stay out in front though. Oh, brakes hard to avoid EGR Martin. Side by side rubbing with EGR Scooby there. Ayatel ready to pounce if it comes possible. Ayatel there, oh, very good on the attack there. I think Ayatel's going to get past, is he? Yes, he is. So WRT Scott McFall fights back though. He's back into 9th place. Excellent Clio Cup racing on lap 1 here. But Amiga's managed to fight his way back up to second as well. Edu still holding out in first. Cam has got Fraser breathing down his neck here. My God, there's battles going on all over this race at the moment. Very, very tight, very closed up. We've seen races like this happen before. Edu's got into first place. Oh no, he was there anyway. My God, my head has gone already. And they all start lap 2 of 20. Cam's moving out, thinking about it, stays in the racing line though. Got to be careful, he's got Fraser just behind him, doesn't want to take his eye off that. He's following Amiga. Is he going to go down the middle here? No, slots back in, defends against Fraser. Amiga at 3 wide here. Oh, I always get worried when it goes 3 wide, something happen. Fraser's in this as well. This is a good battle. Fraser, no way past for him. Ayatel is right up with these as well. Is Ayatel going to find a way through here? We've seen Ayatel on the last lap. He's very quick in this section. I think he's going to do it here. Is he going to go for a move? Boris Jim's behind him, thinking about this as well. NGR Martin still in this. NGR Scooby and WRT Scott McFall's just in the distance as well. No room to breathe for any of these. This is exceptional Clio Cup racing tonight. Graham Ward racing in 5th. Oh, it's not Ayatel, sorry, apologies. It's Graham Ward racing, sorry. I'm running very similar liveries there, so apologies about that. It is Graham Ward racing. Ayatel down in 10th. He's got RS Jim, he's doing a very good defensive drive at the moment. And JR Martin's still with them as well. As a big long line of Clio Cups line up to take that first spot. NGR Scuba just in the distance. There's Ayatel, followed by Scott McFall. Fraser in fourth, holding this position well. Top three put a little bit of distance between him. There's RS Jim moving out wide. Is he going to go for a move here? Oh, that's Ayatel who's gone off into the distance there. Shock Shaft, I think, went onto the grass to avoid him. But Ayatel is going to move, lose some places there, lose out a couple of them. Back with the top runners though. Kamiga, I think he's going to go for the switch back here. Edu has to go wide. Couldn't really move in there without making contact. Fraser coming down on him hard here as well. No one really pulling away from anyone at this moment in time. Top 7. And if you include Scooby, the top 8 really could potentially, if they all stick with each other, anyone take it. Miga tries to go down the inside, it's not going to happen. Cam might have a good run on him coming out of the corner here though. No chains in position at the moment. Scott McFall still running a bit lonely down in 9th at the moment. Back with the top guys. Scooby seems to fall off the pace just a little bit, but he's still got them in his sight, which is what he wants. Cam is going on attack here, but Fraser is also going on attack. Amiga, if he goes left to block for Cam, he's got to think about Fraser. On the right, Amiga's done it here though, he's got into the top spot. Is he able to make it stick? No, Edu's still in the top spot. This is very, very good racing. Look at Graham Ward Racing coming in for this as well. It's all about who can just break that little bit later. We've got to change. No, we haven't. Edu's still in the top spot. And here comes the rain. You can just see the rain slightly falling now. Oh, a little bit of contact from Fraser on Cam there. Doesn't gain anything from it though. The rain is falling. Are they going to be pitting on this lap, or are they going to stay out on the softs? I think the track's still too dry to think about changing your tyres though. But rain is definitely falling. And it's only lap 4. It looks like we're in for a wet race, boys and girls. Could see a shuffle of the table once the pitting starts. Are they going to stay out? I think the track's still not wet enough for wets. Now tyre wear is on for the race, so you do need to really think about when you want to pit for that tyre change. Look at this, no one make a mistake, everyone just sticking with the person in front. Everyone trying to go for it when they can. Oh, Graham Ward Racing a little bit on the grass there, wants to be careful as it gets wetter. Now Amiga goes for a move, he does get past Edu this time, but Edu still in the right place and takes back first. Can't stay on right. Amiga has to defend, wants to attack. I think Amiga's going to go for it now. I think he might have done it. Is he able to make it stick? He certainly is now. Is he going to be able to stay in front for the corner? Edu's got the inside line now. Edu goes back in front. They touch side by side. Can Cam? Oh, Cam couldn't capitalise on that. Fraser was at the side to stop him. And now Graham Ward Racing is really on these guys as well. Graham Ward Racing's moved into 4th. Fraser moved down to 5th there. Graham Ward Racing is moved into 3rd now. Great attack drive there by Graham Ward Racing over the last 2 corners. Gains 2 positions. Oh, a little bit of a lock up there. Cam on the inside goes out wide. Track becoming slippy now. Fraser losing out a couple of places here. So Cam back up to third. Now Amiga and Edu pulled slightly away while all that was going on. You can see the rain is now starting to fall slightly heavier. No one's chosen to pit though. WRT is Scott McFall has moved up to 7th. Oh, someone's now. Fraser has pitted. Scooby's going into the pits as well, so he has decided to turn on his wet tyres. We'll see how this affects it. I think we're going to see these guys pit now, will we? It will start to become very, very hard to hold your line. The track still looks quite dry though. A little bit of contact on Cam. He's going to lose out here. Graham Ward Racing is going to take third back, is he? Yes, he is. Oris Jim is coming down. No way free for Jim. Cam fighting back here though with Graham Ward Racing. Now we've got obviously the guys that have pitted. Maybe an advantage. See the brake markers there on the track as obviously someone's gone off. Cam is in a Clio sandwich of sorts here. He's got Oris Jim behind, Graham Ward Racing in front. Now Amiga has decided to pit, so he'll obviously drop down, but he'll be an advantage if the track becomes any more treacherous. He's obviously decided that no, it's not worth staying out. But his teammate RS Jim stayed out, and he's going to stay with the front runners. Is he going to make a move here on Cam? I think Cam may be struggling in the slippery conditions now. The rain is definitely coming down heavier. These guys have got to be careful with staying out on slicks. Scott McFall moved up 6. Ayatel is in 7th after he had that moment before. Fraser, is that Fraser going back into the pits? Oh, did it not change his tyres before? It doesn't look like it's changed his tyres again. Has it not? Was it damaged maybe that he pitted? Oh, have to find out from the end of the game what's going on. But Edu is Graham Ward, while that was going on, has moved into 2nd. Looks like NGR Mad Marshall just in front of them there as well, a back marker. Now maybe because it's on stock setup, the game doesn't think it's ready to put wet tyres on. Interesting. And Graham Ward Racing is now going into the pits. Let's stick with him and just see. Cam is now pitting as well. Is it going to show us? Oh, there's a lot of them pitting in now. You can see the spray off the tyres as well. Now, is it going to change tyres? I'm pretty sure it's only one bolt on the tyres. I could be wrong. A lot of pit crews getting ready. Now, it definitely looks like it has changed the tyres for these guys. But Edu has just thought, you know what, I'm going to stay out. He's going to try and get some track time on these guys. Might make it very difficult for him though. I think Cam stayed out as well, maybe. I mean, he's 25 seconds behind. Must have pitted, but did it change Cam's tyres? Cam's in 2nd. RDJ currently in 3rd. Now that Graham Ward Racing has just taken the place back from him. I think Graham Ward Racing is definitely on the wets. But Edu, now we've got to see Edu. Is Edu going to pit now? He's got to pit, surely. Hard to control the car. Yes, he's pitting in now. Now, can he get the tyres changed? So go, we can see the timer counting down there. 18 seconds. I think we're going to see a change at the top here. Now, there's Fraser, who's down in 14th. Is that right? Surely he must have had a pit issue there. Must have had a pit issue. Must have done. He's pitting. Cam's pitting again. I don't think it changed his tyres. Greymore Racing is going to take the top spot here though. Amiga just behind him. We'll just wait for the board to catch up. Greymore Racing second. Oh, is Edu's going to get out just in front of him? I think Greymore Racing surely has got the momentum to carry him through here. Side by side though. Oh, a little bit of a contact. And he does it. He managed to get in front. I don't know if Cam has had his tyres changed. He looks very out of shape. It could just be the slippery conditions he's struggling with. He's got Amiga just behind him. We'll see how this unfolds. Pretty much halfway through the race on lap 9 of 20. And we now have a very wet track. Back end coming up from Cam. I would say he is definitely not on wet tyres. Oh, he's just pushing very, very hard. But Greymore Racing, well played to him. All went into his favour. He battled his way up in the dry laps. And look at the puddles already on the track. It is a very, very wet track out at Hockenheim for these Clio Cup cars now. Huge amounts of spray. Huge amounts of spray coming up from these. I don't think this is light rain. I think this is heavy rain. I think this is just heavy rain. Conditions are terrible for racing out there at the moment. It's going to make it very tough for these guys. Oh, Edu's got a good run on Greymore Racing here. Is he going to be able to get through? Yes, he does. Is he going to be able to hold it? He certainly is. Puts a little bit of time between him and Greymore Racing as well. And Scooby has moved his way up to 4th. Horace Sim down in 5th. Scott McFall in 6th. And John Martin in 7th. Ayatel running in 8th at the moment. Cam. Yeah, I didn't think it changed his tyres. I think Cam's going to be furious. Now, hopefully for him, it will have changed his tyres then. See if we can just make it out. No, I can't. But it looks like when you're on stock setup, you have to wait until the track is wet. It's a shame that you can't really just pit in and change the tyres yourself manually, but I suppose that is what stock setup's all about. But you do having a very good wet race here, showing very good pace. He's put a second between him and Greymore Racing. Scooby be very happy with 3rd at the moment. Now where is Fraser? Oh, is Fraser disconnected? Oh no, there he is, down in 11th. Again, I think he's had pit issues where it's not changed tyres where he wanted it to. We shall see it at the end of the race. So John Green retired to the pits, went in for tyres twice and didn't change it both times. Safer to get off the track than just cause an accident. So yeah, we have had 2 people retire, maybe 1 disconnect from the race, but reports that the game is not changing tyres. I do honestly think that it won't do it until the full transition of weather has happened, and then it knows that it's obviously in wet weather. Bit of a shame. I think the likes of Cam will be frustrated. I would say that as it changes, it's pitting in again. It's not changed his tyres. He's going to be furious. I mean, it's the first time that we've tried this. I don't think he'll be look, it's not changed his tyres again. Oh dear, Cam is not having a good race with his pit crew, and to be honest, it's just ruined the whole flow of the race. It was so good until these errors have started, and it's not fair on the drivers that it happens to be honest. But if you don't try these things, you'll never know. We're on lap 12 of 20. And for the guys that it did change the tyres, there is still hope for them. But Edu has now put 2.5 seconds between him and Graham Ward Racing, and that gap is increasing. Edu's shown very, very good pace here in these very, very wet conditions at Hockenheim. Amiga is bringing the fight to Scooby. He's got teammate Oris Jim behind him as well. Now, was that Cam that we saw going off there? Yeah, I think he's just pulled over to let him pass. Now, is he going to try and... But he's been lapped now, so I don't think there's any hope for him. Is he going to carry on racing? Is he going to retire? There's Scott McFall going past him. There's absolutely nothing the young lad can do. He's obviously struggling to get the car around. He can't obviously get any power down. It'll be like driving on ice for him. Yeah, he's got no grip whatsoever. Edu now almost 3 seconds ahead of Graham Ward Racing. He's almost 2 seconds ahead of Scooby. But Amiga not that far behind him at all. About half a second in it. It is just a case of maximum concentration now. You can see the puddles getting bigger. Oh, big puddle forming on the entrance, on the apex of corner 1. That is going to cause some complications. Drivers are going to have to think about maybe changing the driving line. The last thing you want is to aquaplane going into that corner. Graham Ward Racing, I think, he's struggling in these conditions. His pace has definitely dropped. But Edu, pace certainly isn't dropping. I think Scooby can sense a position gain coming up here. Don't want to push too hard though. Sometimes it's best if you can sense the guy in front struggling, just to keep at it. Don't push too hard. Just keep applying the pressure and the brake. Oh, Graham Ward Racing goes wide there. Oh, it's going to be slippy. He's able to rejoin though without causing any incident. Very good driving from him there. But he does lose 2 places in that. So Amiga moves into 3rd, Scooby into 2nd. I think the one person who will be upset with this is Cam. Still looks like he's got no grip in the car. I think his pit crew has definitely not done the job tonight. So be some very stern words to the team management. But the battle for second rages on. Graham Racing seems to be showing a bit more pace now. Maybe whatever is wrong, he's snapped out of it. And he knows now to get his head down, get back into the game. Oh, Amiga being very brave here. I mean, I would say there's no dry line on this track now. There's so much spray coming off, it'll make it difficult for Amiga to see what's going on. Probably why he moved off the racing line, to be honest, just to see the corner coming up, get his references. There's a lot of little puddles forming on that part of the track. Yeah, I think Amiga is simply just moving off the line just so he can basically see what's going on in front of him. Well, there's Cam off in the grass there as well. Scott McFall about 5 seconds behind RS Jim at the moment as well. I think Cam is now just staying out. He's given up trying to change his tyres. And Joe Martin in 7th. Oh, almost have to just walk the car around the corner. Have to be so careful about putting the power down. On lap 15 or 20, and I don't think lap 20 can come soon enough for some of these drivers. I think they'll all be happy when this race is over and they don't have to race in these conditions. I think maybe talks about lobby setup, the changes of weather on stock setup, is it the right thing to do? I mean, it obviously worked for some, but not for all. Scott McFall not really able, it doesn't look like he's closing the gap on RS Jim. I mean, still a lot could happen, but Edu now with a 5-second gap between him and Scooby. Edu driving very well. That puddle is definitely getting bigger on turn 1. Graham Ward Racing now has RS Jim. Let's go on board with Jim actually, just see the conditions. Puddles there, which will just make the cars aquaplane. Oh, is Jim going to be able to make a move here? Oh, Graham Ward Racing defends very well there. Just see how bad these conditions are. I think Jim can sense that he can maybe take Graham Ward Racing by the end of the race. He just needs to find a way past Graham Ward Racing, not making it easy for him. Now let's just see how bad this corner one is. Oh yeah, just see the car come a little bit unsettled as it drives through the puddle, but he gets a good drive out the corner. Graham Ward Racing going to hold the inside line for the corner. A little bit of a touch there from RS Jim. And the battle for second has opened up here as well. Scooby has Amiga coming up on him now. To go on board, Amiga very, very late on the braking. Needs to be very careful in these conditions around corners like this. But does move into second. Scooby's going to kick himself. Thinks about trying to make a move here. He's going to go for a wide entry into the corner. Is he able to get the power down on Amiga? He's not. Amiga gets a good line through this section of the track. And Graham Ward Racing still holding off RS Jim. I think RS Jim has he done it? Side by side. Oh, a little bit unsteady. But Graham Ward Racing keeps the car going in the direction that is needed. And stays out in front of RS Jim. Just about. Oh, this could end in tragedy for someone. I think RS Jim just did a sensible thing, backed off a little bit there, just ease off. Oh, Graham Ward Racing, I think that might be a little bit lag. Oh, touch there. Both of them keep the car going and fight it out for another lap. Now we know that Amiga is very good at driving it in the wet conditions. But I tell you who has really shone tonight. Edu out in first place. Is now 7 seconds ahead. Of course he hasn't got anyone to battle with, so that's going to play into his hands and in his favour. But 7 seconds is quite an achievement in these conditions. Well, this is not over for Amiga. Scooby choosing the wide entry into the corner again. So they're on board with Scooby now. Just ease off, just feather. And he goes for an attack now. Slow in, fast out. Amiga defending it. He's not letting him through as always, making that little clear as wide as possible. Scooby fights the Clio in these terrible conditions. He tries to gain on Amiga. Takes it round the corner. And literally has just spray blocking his view. Oh, car comes a little bit unsettled as he drives through the puddle. Amiga able to pull away, gets a good drive out the corner. Very, very good driving. RS Jim has managed to get in front of Graham Ward Racing here as well. So Graham Ward Racing unfortunately losing out on a podium just at the moment though. It's not over for him. But one person that doesn't look like he's going to put a foot wrong is Edu. But I think story of the night will be calm, and sadly the lack of the pits changing his tyres. I would still say that he's still not had his tyres changed either. And I think he's just driving just to get some points now. Real shame for him. Especially after missing out last week from being away. This is not the night that he wanted. Calm, the reigning champ of the Clio Cup. This is not how you want to defend. You can just hear he's not able to get the power down. Strong words with his pit team will be needed after the race. I bet you some strong words coming down the mic of Scooby at the moment. If it wasn't a family show, I'd probably say let's go for a live mic chat, but it would be very family friendly as we enter the final lap of round 3 of a Clio Cup, sponsored by Max Coates, as NGR Scooby fights for second place with NGR Amiga. See if we're going to be able to make anything happen here. I mean, he is sticking with him. Is he going to make a move here? No, Amiga's not going to let that happen. Could go for the cutback here though. Is he able to get any traction? No, Amiga defends very, very well. Amiga is not going to let him pass here. He's going to try again here. No, Amiga's going to go for a defensive line. This is the same line as they've done every race. Amiga's not going to get out the way. Scooby's trying everything now. He knows that he's got nothing to lose. Well, he has actually. He's got a hell of a lot to lose. Edo just approaching the final corners. I think Amiga has just done enough to hold on. But this fight for second is going right down to the home straight. There's Edo passing the line. Well done to him. I think Amiga's done enough, unless Scooby's got a good run out the corner here. Ooh, that's Amiga going a little bit wide there. I think Amiga did manage to finish second. Scooby in third. RS Jim fourth. Graham Ward Racing. Looks like they fixed the bug as well. Scott McFall finished 6th overall. So I mean, qualified 10th. So John Green on Facebook, well done lads and well done Camp, staying out in those conditions. Yeah, that is a real shame for him. Ayatel finishes 8th. Fraser 9th. Shockshaft 10th. Shadow Stalker 11th. The Harnin 12th. Mad Marshall 13th then. And that shot there pretty much sums up Cam's night. That definitely sums up Cam's night. I think he's going to be furious with how that turned out. NGR Martin finished 7th. Oh, Graham Ward Racing. Oh, there's Scooby going off there as well. So well done to Edu. Dominant. Oh, he had a 3-second penalty. Still finishes first though. Amiga second. Scooby third. Good podium. Oris Jim just missing out on the podium there with 4th. Graham Ward Racing 5th. Scott McFall 6th. NGR Martin 7th. Ayatel 8th. Fraser 9th. Unfortunately, I think he had a couple of pit issues as well. He'll probably be disappointed with that. Shockshaft 10th, Shadow Stalker 11th, the Hon 12th, Mad Marshall 13th, Cam 14th, Greener Army 15th. So they both retired on lap 8 as well. Could have been due to track conditions. But well done to all the drivers for getting through that. And thank you very much for watching. As I said, if you are new to the channel, do subscribe. Thank you very much for Max Coates for supporting and sponsoring this league as well. And please do check out Max Coates. Obviously, Clio Cup supports the British touring cars. If you watched it last week, Max Coates took a fabulous win at a Wet Brands Hatch as well. So do check him out. And please subscribe for Next Gen for more sim racing action. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you soon.